The following program contains adult language, poor taste in jokes, racial slurs, political slurs, slants, and all sorts of things that if you are sensitive and have a delicate constitution, you should probably go watch Teletubbies. You were warned. Hey kids, it's JJ. At long last, this is my preamble for the very long amble of the video that you are about to see. I'm doing this build video a little bit backwards, and I just wanted to say a couple of things because I do. I'm showing you the finished product first. That way, for those of you that don't watch my channel, you're like, oh, what's this build? This is a very unorthodox build video you're about to watch. And there's going to be, I cut it up into 30-minute segments, and each segment I backtrack maybe a minute just so it kind of flows through a little bit. I don't like spending a fuck ton of time on editing, so there you go. But I wanted to show you the final product. This is the Zebruh build, Zebruh FPV build for our buddy out in Sandland who's in the military. And we did this for him as a tribute, and you guys have heard me rag on about this, and I sound like a broken fucking record, so I'm not going to get too anal about it. But anyway, we wanted to build this as a community for him, and I want to thank some of those people too, because I've had a lot of support from the friends that I have on my channel. My channel's not huge. I'm a nobody. That's fine. I'm great with that because I have met some awesome people on here, and that's why I do it. And it's fun to help people out. But I wanted you to see the finished product first. That way you're like, that thing looks like a bag of ass. I don't want to waste my fucking time watching 2 hours of this idiot talk. So this is what we got. We're going to go over the components real fast, and then you're going to see the build, and then the very last video probably is going to be the setup and all that good stuff on the computer, so you can see how I flash the DYS F4 Pro and do the BL Heli suite, how I'm going to set this up for our buddy over in Sandland. So we got the RMRC Hellbender 204, so it's 200 millimeter bird. We've got the DYS F4 Pro. Look at that, bam, ain't nothing in there. The DYS F4 Pro with a built-in power distribution board running 8.8. On the PIDs, we're running the dynamic filter, we're running air mode, obviously, all that stuff. D-Shot 600, 30 amp ESCs, D-Shot 600 BL Heli S. Now, a Fox Ear camera. What the hell is that thing? The 25 200 600 milliwatt VTX. I have this set up on 600 milliwatt, bro, so if you're gonna fly with anybody else, you just hold down that button in there. It's really easy to do, and you can change the power settings. But for 600 milliwatt, you'll be able to fly to the fucking moon with this pig. The far view JSONified antenna, Pagoda, with our Oreo cookie stabilizer in the middle. XT60, obviously. The anodized aluminum camera frame. This bird is absolutely beautiful. And if there's something that you might notice here, my props are backwards. That is a new feature, and it's not really a new feature. If you knew how to do it in the CLI in Betaflight, you could do this for a long time. But now they've made it a feature, and I'll go over that in the setup. And basically, and Zebruh, brother, when you get this bird, you get home and you're flying, and you break a prop. I'm gonna throw some extra props in the box when I send this to you. Don't fucking forget, they're backwards. Okay, so this one's going this way, this one's going this way, and so on and so forth. Okay, the reason I'm doing this for him is it's a new feature, and there's pros and cons to it, but basically how it's going to work, if you land in the grass, or if you're like me and crash in the grass, it's going to blow, since your spinners are going that way, I call them spinners, your motors, it's going to throw your grass and crap, or dog crap, into back here. Some of it's going to get into there, but whatever. The conventional way of flying, you're going this way, and when you land in the grass, it throws nothing but schmutz on your camera lens. So if he lands in the grass 200 feet away and just takes right back off, he's not going to have schmutz on his camera. Bam! Kind of cool. So dude, when you change the props, don't fucking forget, I did these backwards, okay? On purpose, okay, on purpose. And I'm going to give you guys flight videos of this and all that too. This is just the preamble. On the scale that tells no lies, let's do a final weight. So everybody can see. This is everything but the battery strap. 308. Not a bad, not a bad. Okay. This thing's going to fly like a fucking scalded dog, no doubt. And also, the motors. The Returner R2s. Brother Hobby, badass motors. I cannot wait to try these motors. I did dial some things in and tested them to make sure everything worked, and they are just smooth as like bam, just like bald pussy smooth. So absolutely amazing bird. So this is the preamble. This is what you're going to see Blackhawk and I build, and I want to do a couple shout outs real quick. One, first and foremost, to obviously Zebruh FPV for doing what he does, and all of our military, and I hope you're watching this with your buddies because it's going to be fucking funny. Obviously Zebruh FPV, without him it would have been, I'm sorry, brain fart, scratch that, and I'm not editing it out. My brother Blackhawk, which is Ian, who did the video with me, awesome guy, and without him it wouldn't have been nearly as fucking fun. My buddy Nikola in Serbia, who is Zen Flight. If you ever see Zen Flight making comments, love you dearly, bro. He's an awesome cat, and we're actually going to do a build video. He's in Serbia, I'm in the US, so we're going to do a build video via YouTube. He's an IT guy, so I'm going to make him set that all up. But he's going to be with me, and we're going to do a micro build, which might be a little bit more professional than this one. I'll get to that in a minute. Mike Silcox, Wiffles, Shiloh 23. A special shout out, and I'm going to butcher your name, brother. He's the Russian cat that gave me the idea for the Kapton tape. And Sepron Borisov? I made a drunken slanderous slur in my video that you're about to see, say never trust a Russian. That was a joke, dude. I was referring to Russian women. Bam! Anyway, love you, bro. You're cool. Please take it with a grain of salt. I made a lot of nasty comments in that video. We were drunk. We were having fun. And so nobody get offended. I'm actually a pretty nice guy. I'm not racist too much. Explicit FPV, love you, bro. He just got a frame that he's going to do a build on. Quadfather, Primo Cruz, E-Quad, Mark Horde. Mark and I talk all the time. Great cat. James McCarthy, just to name a few. And those are a bunch of guys that we get along and we have a good time together, and that's what it's all about. And one other drunken slur I need to clear up. I said at the end of the video, I think, on this big long rant, if anybody ever wants to get a hold of me and just talk, chat, shoot the shit, talk quads, talk motorcycles, talk guitars, talk robotics, if that's your thing, look me up on Google Hangouts. It's an internet texting app. And you can use it on an iPhone, whatever else, called Google Hangouts. And basically, it's internet texting. So if you guys are in Russia or you're in Serbia, or that's how Nikola and I talk. Every day we talk. And you can put on your computer, text from your computer, put it on your phone. But download Google Hangouts and look up JJ RotoGeek, just like you see it on YouTube there. And look me up, shoot me a message, shoot me your name and your YouTube screen name if it's different. That way I know who the hell I'm talking to. And I like to associate a real name with the YouTube name. So if you guys ever want to talk to me, a couple of you out there have my phone number, which is great. Explicit and a couple of those other cats I talk to. But really it gets to be a little too much. So, Google Hangouts, look me up. I'd love to talk to you. And so that's really about it. You're going to see 30-minute segments. I'm going to upload them today, and maybe it'll take till tomorrow to get the whole build video in. And here's the last disclaimer. This was not meant to be an educational build. This was not meant to show people this is the proper way to do a great quad build. I have built many beautiful quadcopters that are absolutely perfect, and I think this is one of them. I mean, the soldering is great on it. I know in the video you guys are like, oh my god, this drunken idiot. No, it's a beautiful bird. It's going to fly awesome. It's relatively nice and neat. I still finished the bottom out. And it's going to be an awesome quad for our buddy. But this was not meant to be an educational tutorial on how to build a quadcopter. I don't even think I should call it a build video. It's really a buddy video. And it was me and Blackhawk getting together, getting in trouble with our wives, because we were out here till like 1 in the fucking morning. We started at 4, I think, in the afternoon. And it's meant to be entertaining. That's all it is. It's like, and you obviously will probably pick up, I put some tips and tricks in here, but we're making jokes, we're fucking around. I smoked an ESC because I was just being an idiot, and I had to replace the ESC, which was really kind of funny. That was not done on purpose. It was an accident. I didn't double check, and you saw magic smoke come out. Pretty cool. But I gave him a new ESC on here, so everything's good. I did replace it. It was fried. And you get to see the motors, you get to see how I set everything up, and you know, at the end of the video series, one of the last videos is going to be the Betaflight setup, and is going to be the BL Heli S setup, and it's really meant to be fun. So, you know, anybody that's going to blast me saying this is a shitty video and blah blah blah, I didn't learn shit. You really weren't supposed to. We're building this for our veteran and every country's veterans and all the people that serve in the military, and I want him to have a cool bird. It makes me feel good. It makes, hopefully, makes Zebruh feel good. And Blackhawk, he had a great time, lovely guy, and that's what this is about. Hopefully you learned something from it. I usually build a quad like that, like in an hour, and this one took like forever just because we were fucking around and having fun. So that's what this is. So I really hope you guys just go grab a drink, grab a smoke, grab your old lady's ass, whatever you do. Sit back and just enjoy these and laugh a little bit. Don't take any of it seriously because it's all in fun. All my jokes, my Bardwell jokes, my political rants that I do, whatever. It's really meant just to be fun. So I hope you enjoy this as much as we did, and keep the shiny side up and keep flying, kids. Best thing ever. Take care. Bye. Hey kids, it's JJ and
Blackhawk.
My buddy Blackhawk's here. Today is the fucking day. Happy, what day is it?
It's technically Tuesday.
Yeah, no
26th.
shit, it's Tuesday. Get up here.
September the 26th.
September the 26th, and it's like fucking hot. My birthday's in like 2 weeks, and usually you're wearing a sweater and shit. And in bumfuck Jesus Lost to San Jose, Ohio, it is hot. It's like 90 degrees. So Zebruh FPV, I would say you better appreciate this, but you're sitting over there in the fucking desert, so I'll shut up now. So, here we go. Bam! This is going to be cool. This is our build video that I said we were going to do 3 weeks ago?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that.
Pretty close.
Anyway, we got all the schmutz in. We're drinking. We got our roto twisters. There's Blackhawk's. There's mine. Equal strength, so he's going to be falling over in about 10 minutes.
Hey, give me 11. Come on.
11 minutes.
All right.
It's all good. Let's just hope his licorice thong doesn't melt. So, here we go. This is what we're going to do. This is our military forces build. This is for our buddy Zebruh FPV out in Sandland, and I'm really excited to do this because I just think it's cool. And everybody from my channel is going to be doing this with us in spirit, because everybody has said, oh, we can't wait, that's so cool that you're doing that. And I wanted my buddy Blackhawk, his name is Ian, by the way, and I wanted him here too, just to slow me down because I tend to get hyper, and just for some comic relief. We'll do some Bardwell bashing, so go grab yourself a drink, and we're going to have some fucking fun. And this is going to be, we're going to do the build tonight. Tomorrow I will probably get on the computer and we'll do the Betaflight. I'll just do a screen rendition of it, because I've actually had a lot of guys ask me about the DYSF4, how to set it up, and a lot of my friends are having problems with it, and it's probably because they're paying more attention to making their drinks than they are to the fucking board. So we'll probably do that separately, do that tomorrow. But tonight's going to be the build, and we got our little Joshua Bardwell timer here. Check it out. It used to have batteries and it would make like oink and shit. But anyway, we're going to try and keep this down to an hour. I think the actual build will probably be half an hour. But the way I talk and bullshit with Blackhawk, you know, usually he and I'll say, let's get together for an hour, and it's like 7 hours later, and our wives are threatening us with divorce. So, anyway, here we go. Let's go over the contents here. We got the Eachine TX526, 25, 200, 600 milliwatt switchable transmitter. I use these on pretty much all my birds, and so does Ian. These are, what the fuck are these, 15 bucks?
Yeah,
12 bucks?
You can get them even cheaper than that on sale. Banggood's got them 12 right now.
Yeah, we get these for about 12 bucks, and the reception's just fucking nuts. I mean, if I could hear my old lady this good, she would buy these all the time, right? So I went up, we were just having this conversation before it started. I went up 2,000 feet with my EWAD drone the other day using this and a patch antenna, and fuck me, it worked tits. So yeah, it's not some Team Black Sheep crap, but you know what? Bam! It's JSONified. It works. Then we're using the TBS. I'm sorry, TBS. See what happens when you drink? It's fucking. Say something.
Hey, you know
it's your fault.
It's not my fault.
I've been sitting, I was ready for this shit at noon. He's like, I'll be over at 4. I gotta work.
Someone's gotta make
see, kids, that's what happens when you have a real job. Bullshit. He's like, you can't go over to JJ's because anyway. DYSF4 Pro flight controller. I have these in about 3 of my birds. I love them. They're absolutely great. We are going to hook him up with 8.8 on the PID loops and gyro and all that stuff, and we're going to put on the dynamic filter, and this thing's just going to like he's going to have a condom to fly this thing. So there's that. Fox ear camera. Camera's a camera. I mean, that's it's not the high-end one, but it's a good one. I have it on a couple of mine. Our ever-famous Brother Hobby R2 motors, which I'm really jealous about because I actually wanted to try these on my bird, and they look stupid nice. Look at the clearance on that. Bam! That, man, shit. If your old lady was that tight, you'd have married her on the first date. Look at that. That is just... Fucking forget about it.
That's a sharp-looking motor there.
It is a good... And they're like 15 bucks.
Can't
like,
beat
seriously?
that.
Fuck me. I blow more than that on vape juice. All right. So we got motors. 30 amp BL Heli S. We're going to be running D-Shot 600. I love these. These are actually the Racer Star version. I use on most of mine the
HGLRC.
HGLRC, thank you. See, that's why he's here. From GearBest, and they are identical. I literally blew an ESC, one of these GearBest ones, and I put on the Banggood Racer Star, and they're identical, kids. So whoever you can get the shit from faster, bam, go with it. Sorry, bro, FPV, and you better be watching this for all your buddies over there, your military buddies, because you know, you just fucking better. I forgot to order a new antenna, so you're getting one of mine. This is the Farview right-hand circular polarized JSONified. I made this. Best fucking antenna you can buy. Trust me, it is a used one, but you know what? Fuck it. That's what you're getting.
Now, I don't know what the hell you do if you sprinkle some magical, you know, JSONified fairy dust on those things or not, but for some reason your antennas always seem to work and blow mine out of the water.
They do. I don't know what it is. I think it's just, I think it's the rum.
Okay.
No, Blackhawk and I were out flying the other day, a couple weeks ago, and when we fly, let me explain what happens. His stick doesn't physically go past 1/2. Okay, and mine doesn't go down to 1/2. I fly like I know what I'm doing, but I truly don't. And he's like Mr. fucking cautious. You know, I'm flying through a Hallmark store and don't want to break any, you know, shit. But anyway, he had bought some of these online. Not Farview. They were just like off Banggood, or where'd you get them?
Yeah, they were Relax off Banggood.
Relax, okay, which real ACCs are okay. And he kept having breakup issues, and usually when we fly together, we don't battle it out. Usually it's he'll fly, I'll watch him fly through my goggles, and I'll fly, or we'll switch controllers, and he tries my bird, I try his. Because it's something we only get to do a couple, you know, once every 2 or 3 weeks, so it's kind of sad. But anyway. And yeah, his antenna was a bag of ass. I mean, it really sucked. I said, here, dude, try one of these. And he put this on, bam, no problem at all. It picked up like fucking Cinemax from the 80s. It went all the way back. So,
yeah.
I don't know.
Should be good.
Yep, watch the build video. I did a build video on those. They're really easy to do. They cost you $7, and they will blow the fuck out of any, what are those called? I've been drinking already.
Your omnidirectional, your Cloverleaf.
Yeah, Cloverleaf, that's
Cloverleaf.
it. Okay, see. Yeah, hard to believe we're actually technical people. Now, the frame. I already did a review on this, and any of my people on my channel already know what this guy is. Blackhawk has one, I have one, I have two. I've had 3, I have 2. One of them kind of bit the dust after a while. But I do want to note that I emailed RMRC, and they are in southern Ohio. I'm in central Ohio, just north of Dayton, and so is Blackhawk here. He lives just down the road. And I emailed them, and I said, hey, I am doing a build for one of our military veterans that's over there in Sandland, and I was wondering if you guys would want to help out on a frame. And they said, absolutely, go ahead and order whatever you want, and we'll take 50% off. We'll refund you. So I ordered the Hellbender 204 with the aluminum anodized camera frame, which, you know, whatever, the cost doesn't matter. And they refunded me 50%. And fucking ADU, American made, bam, that's why we're all here. Because of guys like Zebruh. So he's sacrificing all that shit and over in that hellhole sand nigger desert so we can do this shit. So this is for everybody in our military, in our country, and others. You know, people always harp on America, America this, America that, America's got an ego. This is for everybody. My buddy in Serbia and those fuckers in Russia, don't trust Russians, and all these people, and that's one of the reasons I want Blackhawk here. He's a country-hearted guy like me too, and I'll get into some rants while we're building so it doesn't get too boring, but you know, if you don't love this country, guys, get the fuck out. And the people in our military are giving up their freedoms so we have ours. And I don't mean that in the sense of they're going to die. A lot of people say that they're going to die for our country. They're willing to die for our country. That is true, but they are giving up their freedom to go over, whether it be a military base, a sand nigger place, wherever the hell you're going, and being away from their wives and kids and everything else for months or years on end, just so we can scratch our fat balls, eat Cheetos and rubber underwear, and watch fucking reruns from the 70s. So, bam, that is why we are building this.
Absolutely. And like JJ was saying, every country has their military. Every country has those people that are willing to give up those freedoms to protect yours. So that is something definitely to take in consideration. Honor for sure.
Absolutely. And, you know, like I said, anybody, you know, I got some pinko-ass cousins. Hopefully they don't watch my channel.
You might not have many.
Yeah, that's okay. No harm, no foul, man. Yeah, anyway, I come from a relatively... It doesn't matter if you're conservative or a pinko... I'm sorry, Democrat, or whatever you are. It's not about politics. It's about right and wrong and supporting the fucking people that give you the livelihood that you have. And if you don't like that, get off my fucking channel and get out of the country. Because... And that goes for all the countries, kids, not just ours. I want you to... I'm flipping this over because I don't want to burn up Yoda. I want you to do something real quick after this awesome video that you're watching, and this is going to be fun. We're going to have a good time. I watched this channel called List 25, and it's hilarious. These guys are in Florida, and they're really fucking funny. It's just these dumbass. They're a bunch of nerds like we are, but they do this list. And I watched one today in my car. I'm sorry, police. I listened to one in my car today that was 25 everyday things that are illegal in North Korea.
Oh, really?
And holy fuck, dude. Okay, if you guys don't appreciate the freedom that this country has, go watch that fucking video. If I remember, I'll put a link. You can't take pictures. You can't use sarcasm, which, like, right there, I'm dead. You can't drink. There's, like, specified days of the week. I'm like, okay, I was dead before I crossed the line, right?
That's not even an option.
Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah, right? It's like, fuck, a whole lot of that. So, be thankful to our military. All right, rant's over. Well, that one. Okay, here we go. Here's the frame. I do things different, and I want you to interject. My boy here, this video is actually twofold. One, it's a build video, because I've had a lot of people ask for it. Actually, it's threefold, I guess. A lot of people say, hey, when are you going to do a build video? And I've been lying to them for like 4 months. Say, yeah, I'm going to do it. The other reason is this is for my buddy, who's from my hometown almost, that's, as you know, in the military, and that we're going to send this to him. And the other one is for my buddy Blackhawk here. You guys hear me talk about him all the time, and he's all fucking shy and shit. So by the time this is over, he's going to be like Howard fucking Stern. This is going to be awesome. So I'm going to make him talk. Okay. Sweet. So if you have any questions, or slow me down.
Good. The
first thing I do, now, how we're going to build this frame isn't necessarily right, or a quad, isn't necessarily right or wrong. It's how I do it. I built, I'm going to say 150, 200, if you count brushed and micro brushless and drones and quads and blah blah blah.
And that's for over a pretty short period of time. I mean, that's only over a period of a couple years.
3 years, maybe 3.
You've gotten a lot of
experience.
Absolutely.
And it's all by trial and error, most of it. Some of it's I do have some technical ability, obviously, but a lot of it's been, ooh, fuck, don't do that. So I work from the outside in, which is kind of backwards maybe, that some people might do that a little bit differently. One of the first things I do, now you'll notice there's a big old hole in the middle of our Hellbender. The RMRC's on the bottom. Hence, you see the beveled holes, okay? That's kind of, if you fuck that up, get out of the hobby. All right, so I take Conformal Coat, and I know this looks like a bag of ass, but you know what? It's supposed to fly, it ain't supposed to be pretty. And you won't even be able to see it once it dries. Especially on a normal quad that doesn't have that big hole in the bottom, I Conformal Coat this. The reason being, I like to slam my stack. I don't use standard standoffs. I will put a metal screw up and put like one nylon bolt down and then put my controller in there. That keeps me nice and low, nice and tight, keeps my center of gravity lower. But in case something happens, you get a little wad of nuclear bird shit in there or something and it shorts out, carbon fiber's conductive, kids. Protect.
Now, this is actually something that I learned firsthand on my Hellbender.
Yeah, right. Go ahead and tell that story.
I actually went ahead and did exactly as Jay just mentioned and slammed my stack. Well, I did not put the nylon washer in.
We were drinking that night.
We were drinking. And I went flush to the carbon fiber, and needless to say, shorted.
Yeah.
So this is a great idea with what he did there with the conformal coat. Even in my case where I had the issue with slamming all the way to the carbon fiber, this would have saved me here. So.
Right. The drawback to slamming them down,
Yep.
I think, is it makes getting your battery strap in a bit of a cunt.
Agreed.
But it's worth it.
Absolutely.
So anyway, what I do with these, where's our ESC? So we're gonna what I call pre-prep, and I'm gonna zoom out. We've got 4 ESCs because we are running a quadcopter, and for those of you that watch Bardwell's channel a lot, quad means 4. Okay, it just comes out, man. I can't fucking help it. Bardwell's a great guy. Ask his mom; she'll tell you. Okay, so that's fucking cold. Anyhow, here we go.
Hey, mom has to love you no matter what.
Yeah, you know what? I got so many things I could say that. All right. What I mean by pre-prepping is like when I'm building things, and I come from the industrial robotics world, and I have been programmed. I've been on a robot since I was 17. So my entire life I've been thinking, people have pounded into my head, cycle time, cycle time, cycle time, do it efficiently, do it efficiently. So what I'll do, we're going to waterproof his bird a little bit here. I will conformal coat the back side of these ESCs, because I want these little bitches to dry before I put my tape on. Now, conformal coating works really good for a couple of reasons. One, obviously, you've heard me harp on this 1,000 times. It waterproofs or water resists things. But it also really helps tape stick to your quad, or to parts. Because it gives it like a rubber cement. Remember when we were kids in school and we used to sniff rubber cement in the closet with the hot chick?
Oh, yeah.
Well, mine wasn't the hot chick, but you know, I got the hot chick now, but back then, no.
Hey, you gotta take what you can get.
Right. You have to always upgrade. Okay, so that's what I do with that. Now, the next thing I do, I will take a guess, and I will actually cut my wires. Here's a front. I pre-measure, and people shit when they see me do this. They're like, what the fuck are you doing? I was like, whoa, fuck me, dude. He's just cutting that shit up. Yeah, don't cut it too short. If you do, blame Sailor Jerry.
Now, I remember when you and I did the side-by-side build.
Yeah,
and,
we
as
should have
you were
videoed
doing
that shit. That was funny.
That was funny. As I'm over here with, a tape trying to measure out the wire lengths, you're over there cutting, and I'm, freaking out inside internally, not, showing it. But, yeah.
Yeah. So what I do with these, now we're putting in bullet ESCs. And Ian, and you've heard me say this in a couple of my videos because I love teasing people. I tease the fuck out of Bardwell, and he's probably a great guy. I think he's got an undeserved ego, but other than that, and Ian's a great guy. He's my brother, but I just love fucking teasing him because he's that type of guy. He's extremely fucking OCD, and I am not. I am the farthest thing from OCD. So what I do is I make sure I have enough, and he's sitting over here, measuring shit, and and I'm like with a machete. But what I want to do, my fronts and backs are different lengths, obviously. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that out. So my fronts are a little bit long. You're like, that's too long. And my backs are a little bit too long. But what I'm going to do, I want enough that I can do a twist on these wires to put my ESCs on. And I might even trim them back a little bit more, I think, on these. So match them up. But again, always measure your backs and your fronts because usually they are different.
Now, what's the importance with doing the twist on those?
It's a mixed theory. In my world, we run into a lot of gamma radiation, which is called RF noise. Okay, and RF noise with 3-phase AC can really give you a problem. Okay, so basically twisting the wires, some people believe, will help with what we call arterial capacitance or spinning noise. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. I figure, fuck it, it ain't gonna hurt, so let's do it. Good. That's why I do it. Plus it looks cool. So then what we're gonna do real quick, as soon as I move my shit, if I was organized, I'd be doing something better than this tonight.
All right. That's where that OCD comes in handy.
Right. I asked Blackhawk was over here the other day, and I said, you know, he was talking to my wife, and God bless her, she's as fucking OCD as they come. And they were in the garage here talking, and I didn't realize how OCD you were.
Yeah, you know, I'm going to blame my mom on this one.
Well, always blame your mom.
I am definitely going to blame my mom. She would pick up the toys as, you know, I'd move from one to the other. She'd follow me around, you know, an inch behind me, picking them up as I go. So I want to blame her on the OCD aspect of it.
Yeah, absolutely. I blame my parents for most everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was kind of funny. So, you know, here's my smoking hot wife talking to my best friend over here, and he's like, oh, yeah, and they're like swapping fucking vacuuming stories, right? And I'm like, oh my God, really? And Blackhawk's old lady is more like me. She's like, get the job done, make a fucking mess, clean it up later, have sex now, whatever. So anyway, we're sitting here talking, and my old lady and him, they're relating. I'm like, okay, this is like one of my best friends. He's relating to my old lady. Okay, this relationship needs some fucking thought. And and I looked at him, and you have to know me. I mean, you guys probably think I'm like this on YouTube, but this is how I really am. And I looked at him, and I said, my workbench must bug the fuck out of you. And of course, I meant it as a joke. And he looked at me with the most serious face you ever saw. He's like, yeah, actually it does. I'm like, fuck you, dude. You didn't buy a ticket. Get out of here, you know. Yeah, it was funny. You had to be here, but it was funny. We have, like I said, kids, with everything in life. When I used to teach robotics, you know, people used to pay to come to my robotic programming classes. And one of the things I would tell them, usually on a Monday, I would say, if you've got to sell, get that shut. Oops. If you've got to sell your soul by the hour, meaning a job, have fun fucking doing it.
Hell yes.
Right? Right? That's what it's all about. Now, I just tinned one of my front motors, and I tinned just the motor tabs of the ESC. How I do this is just a little gizmo here. I do the center first, and I do them in line. Okay? It doesn't matter if you do the center first necessarily. But one of the things, if you guys watch my soldering video, you do not want smoky looking solder. That means you did it too long. Usually. Or you're using cheap solder, which in my case might be, you know, whatever. Then I put it on the quad, okay? But I'm going to do that.
Now, something I noticed that you did here that I didn't do when we did the side-by-side build is you soldered it up first, then twisted. I twisted, then soldered, and I fought it the whole
right,
way.
And you will.
Yeah.
And that's just shit that comes with experience. It's really not... like, you'll see me tin multiple ways. Usually how I tin is I put the solder under and then wrap around. It doesn't matter, kids. Don't get all Bardwell about it. Just fucking get the solder in there. Go watch my soldering video.
Highly recommend.
Yeah. It's funny.
It'll take you from looking like Satan's snot on your solder to actually looking like something that's worth a shit.
Well, what's funny is, you know, you guys hear me talk about Blackhawk all the time, and great fucking guy. But how we met, he has a family business, and he was helping out and delivering pizzas or whatever the fuck he does one day, and my old lady and I ordered a pizza. And he comes over, and I always have my garage door open, so I got the motorcycles in here and all these quads on the wall, and you know, and like I said, he's a reasonably polite and shy person, the opposite of me. And he was too nice or shy to say anything at first. Then the second time I ordered a pizza, he comes over and mentioned something about, what'd you say?
I said it was a poor day for flying. It was windy as all hell. It was raining. It was just a nasty day.
And I'm like, dude, you fly. It's the same thing when people used to come to with guitar shit, because I'm a big guitar player, and I'm like, you play? Really? And so then, of course, I don't give a fuck about the pizza at this point. My old lady's starving. She's got metabolism of a fucking gerbil. And so Blackhawk and I come out into the... I don't even know the guy. I don't even know his last fucking name. And we come out in the garage. I'm like, look at this, and do that, and do this. And it's just a goddamn good time. And then we became fast friends at that point. And it was just really... it's funny. Well, it's just like this build that we're doing right now. You know, I meet this guy through YouTube. I'm a nobody on fucking YouTube. And then I meet this guy who's over in Sandland out in the Middle East serving our country. And we just get to talking, and I said, where do you call home? And he says, Texas. I'm like, oh, yeah, a good buddy of mine lives in Texas. I know somebody everywhere. And he goes, yeah, but I'm not from there, but I'm from a podunk town in fucking Indiana. I'm like, dude, I'm from a podunk town in Indiana. Where are you from? Well, long story short, he's from almost the exact same town I'm in, 15 minutes away. So it's like, it never fucking ceases to amaze me. It's like me and Blackhawk. Here's this guy who's interested in quads, and he delivers a pizza to Mr. Robot's house, and we just hit it off, and we become fast friends, and our ladies get along, and it's just... And my daughter has a crush on him, which is sick.
Doesn't she have a little blonde boyfriend in school, too?
She got a couple boyfriends.
Oh!
Tell you what, she looks like her mama. We're all in fucking trouble.
You better be careful with that one. Hey, well, at least the little one's got your...
The little one's all me. Abby's just, fucking forget about it. So... Oh, yeah, I don't even want to think about that.
I hope you have some good health insurance.
I'm going to show you guys a really fucked up trick. And these are those things that you only think of when you're drinking. Speaking of which, hang on.
Yeah, about time you caught up. Gosh.
I started at 3.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so check this shit out. I'm going to take these bolts. We're going to move this frame. All right, Blackhawk, I'm going to pop quiz you. Yeah. Blackhawk's my student. He's teaching me.
We'll see how good this is, too, here.
Right. This is the... have I ever put up a dorky... Well, yes. Okay. Have I ever put up a bad tech tip?
A bad tech tip?
A bad tech tip. Like... We're like, oh, dude, you're an idiot. That's like new shit, dude. Have I ever put up a bad...
I don't think
Blackhawk don't watch my channel, by the way. He's a cunt.
I don't think so. Not that I've noticed. Now, the only thing you've gotten close on was the 2-blade blender props.
Oh, those sucked. I said they sucked.
But you gave them too much suck of an opinion before, because you were on my gobby that sucked.
No, I gotta stop here. I literally had a guy... 2 or 3 days ago, shoot me a message on that review.
Yeah.
And he goes, these are the worst fucking props I ever bought. They're in the trash.
Okay.
And I said, fuck that, dude. Stir epoxy with them.
Or your drink.
Right. Yeah.
Come on.
Roto Geeks. Yeah. Whatever. Okay, check out this shit. Hang on. Do not use red.
Oh.
Loctite. That's bad. Bad things happen. Now, if you have one of these little bolt dishes that you can get from anywhere, but Harbor Freight, wherever, they got this little plastic thing that's stuck on. And it's glued. Okay. Hang on a minute. Sorry about that. Had a cute kid interruption. Anyway, that's what happens in this family. Anyway, if you buy one of these things, this is kind of a... Damn. Hang on.
Box.
Okay, we had another smoking hot wife interruption, and we're gonna have another one. And if you interrupt me again, you're gonna say something.
You better tell me what you're talking about, or you won't be getting in there.
Okay, we said that you were smoking hot, and he said you look like Monica from Friends.
Liars.
Now,
We just agreed.
We're gonna have to edit this bit out.
Liars.
All right, go away. Anyway, sorry kids, I might have to edit that bit out. But if you get one of these things, these little caps are just glued on. Rip it off when you get it home, and then do this. Look at that. Now, the reason I do this, you can now, and you could be like OCD boy over here, and you could arrange it, but...
How'd you know I do that?
Yeah, all right. And then these hold while you put your Loctite on.
Well, look at you just putting globs on there. I'm
Well,
all, like,
you know what?
special with
That's why God made fucking sinks and shit. You wash shit off, Don't be a cunt. All right, back to the frame. So the shorter ones have, the shorter ones. The shorter ones are the front, and the long ones are the back. So one thing you always want to make sure of, and these motors are great because they're open belled. Mm-hmm. I can just stick this thing up there, make sure you do not hit the windings. The other thing I recommend you do is don't tighten them down until you get all 4 of them in. If you even use 4, I usually do not. I usually use 2, but this isn't my quad, so I'm putting in 4.
Now, have you ever noticed any big issues with using 2 versus 4? Have you ever noticed any motor movement, anything like that?
No. If I use 2, a general rule of thumb is I do use Loctite. Okay. If I use 4, not always. 2 is, you guys hear, anybody who watches my shit, you always hear me harp about, it's just a gram, it's just a gram. And these people that get all fucking starry-eyed about adding a gram of weight to their fucking bird. I'm sorry. I use Sherlock tape on my batteries. That's so the fuckers stay on there. It adds a gram. I use this, that, and whatever. It might add a gram. But you know what? I'd rather add a fucking gram than lose my bird.
Absolutely.
You know, it's like, use some fucking common sense. You're not Mr. Steel, kids. If you're watching my shit and you're a professional racer, you probably have a problem.
Or you just like the comedy routine.
Well, the comedy is funny. It is good. And you have to have a sense of humor. You really do. Okay, let's prove that point. Blackhawk, tell me the funniest joke you know.
Oh, shit.
Come on, on
We're
the
in
spot.
trouble.
Nobody wants to see me put in slimy screws all night.
Come
on.
on. Knock.
Who's there?
I don't know. I didn't think this far ahead.
Oh, fuck. Fuck. You want to hear my funniest joke?
Yeah, let's go.
All right. Joshua Bardwell naked.
Okay.
That's it.
All right.
Sorry.
That
No,
works.
you know, I got a really, really good friend of mine who lives in Texas. We've been really good friends for a long time. And he's actually 10 years older than me, and people think I'm the older one. And it's not because I look old. It's because he's that fucking immature.